There are a million different videos on YouTube about how to change the oil on a Harley Davidson. So I figured, what's one more? So if you're new to the channel, my name's Bobby, my road name is Rev, and this is Gypsy. She is my 2023 Harley Davidson Street Glide with the 107 Milwaukee 8 engine in it. Right now she is bone stock. If you didn't see my last video, go back and watch that. Kind of talk about plans, getting your thoughts and comments about what to do next to Gypsy. So, but just got back home to Georgia from the beach house down in Mississippi. That was an adventure, to say the least. Got stuck in between a couple of thunderstorms and some tornadoes. So I had to stop for the night. Thank you again to Days Inn in Greenville, Alabama for sheltering Gypsy and me while we waited out that storm. So I'm back now. I'm over on mileage and I'm usually pretty militant about making sure that I do my oil changes every 3,000 to 4,000 miles. I mean, I know some people are like, oh, you don't have to change it that, but I just like to do it that way. I'm too old school. I know I'm using synthetic. I know it can go longer, but yeah, I like to keep my oil fresh. So today I'm just doing oil. Did those other two just recently. So I'm just doing the oil today. What I have is the Sin 3 15W50 SAE 50 Screaming Eagle oil. 5 quarts. It's 4 quarts. If you look at the service manual, it'll say 4 quarts, but you actually need 4 and a little more because you need a little more for the oil filter. Speaking of oil filter, the part number for the black, I believe I got the black, hope I got the black one. Yep, got the black one. And it comes with an O-ring for the crush nut on the drain plug. So you don't need to get these, but I always have these. These are a little bit thicker than what comes with the oil filter. So I like using these, and I'll put a link to these. It's an Amazon thing. I'm not sponsored or anything. They're super cheap. You get 50 for like $9. So why not? And like I said, if you could see the difference. The one that comes with the oil filter, super thin. It's kind of hard. It doesn't feel as nimble. These I know do great, so I'll put a link to these. These are Captain O-ring drain plug O-rings, so I'll put a link to these down in there. I do save these for an emergency. Don't know why. I got 50 of these, so I don't know. I'm crazy. Anyway, the part number for the 107 is 627-00296A, and that's for the black. They do have a chrome version. I don't like the chrome version. Why chrome oil filter? Anyway, gonna do that, and then we'll get to going on this. It's pretty simple. The one thing that I do love about Harleys and motorcycles in general, not just Harleys, but motorcycles in general, is you don't have to be a master mechanic to work on them. If you have even a little bit of mechanic ability, or you can follow directions really easily, Harley Davidson designs their bikes to be customized. They know that people get home and they just immediately start tearing things off and putting things on. So Harley designs things. These are super easy to work on. You don't have to be a master mechanic. You can just, if you've got basic tools, you know, well, on a Harley, if you've got a T25 and a T27 hex head, then you've got 90% of the tools you need, because that's pretty much all that's on this bike. There are some nuts, there's others, but it just seems like every time I turn around, I need either T25 or T27. Just what it is. So anyway, let's get started. So as you can see, I don't have a stand, I don't have a lift, it's on its kickstand. So I don't have all the fancy tools. This is just me in my garage on a kickstand. So you don't need to have it on a stand. You don't have to do, you know, take it to a dealership or anything to change your oil. It's super simple, super easy, and can be done really quick in your own garage. So, or even in the dirt. Like, this isn't hard. All right, so the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is, if it's been running, let it cool. Let it cool 10, 15 minutes. Mine was sitting out. I just pulled it in, so it wasn't running, you know, any longer. I think it was running for a whole minute, so I could still hear it popping. The first thing you wanna do is check the drain plug. You know, check your oil. So go ahead and now, as you can see, it's not terrible. My oil is not terrible. I just changed it about, like I said, I'm about 1,000 miles over where I would normally change it. So I changed about 4,000 miles ago. I'm gonna double check that. I'm gonna need both hands for this one. You can see I did need to add 1 quart. Now, it could be that it still hasn't fully drained down into the pan yet. But since I'm changing it, I'm gonna be adding more into it anyway. So take this, set it aside, clean up a little bit, because I'm sure I've got a lot of sand from being down at the beach house blowing around. I got sand all over this thing. It just blows like crazy down there. So, okay. So that's step 1. You know, check what you got. Pull that out, leave it out, helps everything drain easier. Hey, quick tip, everyone. I found official Harley-Davidson service manuals online. And if you're okay with PDF and it's totally searchable, I was gonna spend the like $250, $300 for a used service manual for this bike on Amazon. And then I saw a link to where you can get the PDF versions for 20 bucks. 20 bucks, and it's fully searchable. It's a PDF. I'll put the link down in the description so that you guys can do it. So I always have a service manual going. I update it. I look for any updates on it. I talk to my Harley dealership, the service guys, and see if there's been any updates in the last year or so. Usually there's not, but if there's any updates on torque specs or anything like that. So I'll put the link to that down in the description. Just to show you guys, I don't have anything fancy. I just have this little Craftsman toolbox, my coffee cup, oil filter, oil, bike, regular drain pan that I use for my cars, and everything. It is a 5/8 on the drain plug. I think, yep, 5/8. 5/8 on the drain plug.
or T27 because it has both.
All right, so once you get the drain plug out, oil is draining. You're gonna wanna take that washer, that O-ring off. It is tight on there. Well, I can't do it one-handed, so I'm gonna have to get it off but inspect, you know, any damage, burn marks. I have nothing, I have no metal on the magnet. That is a magnet at the end right here. It will collect. You want to check that. If there are any metal shavings on there, you may want to go get that checked out. At the first oil change, you're gonna have some metal shavings while you're breaking it in. That's not uncommon, and a little bit's okay, but that sucker's clean. I did not wipe it off. I mean, it is super clean. I don't have any metal shavings, so looking good. Yeah, I'm gonna get that O-ring off and move on to the next step. All right, get your new one. Once you have the old one off, just kind of roll the new one on. See, that one's a little bit thicker on there. I like that. It just feels, it's still snug on there. Like I would not be able to just get that off there one-handed again. So anyway, I'm sure that because the one that was on there that came off of there was the stock Harley one, and they work fine. I have no leaks, but I like this one a little bit better. Okay, this is the part that I hate. And you can see there is a chrome one on there right now. I didn't realize they had put a chrome one on that the last time. I did have Harley Davidson do it last time because they gave me free oil change while I was under warranty. And so anyway, they put a chrome one on there. I like the black one a little bit better. It just, my engine's mostly black. So I like the black one. But this is the part that I hate. Now they make a tool that like slides up under here and will drain off down here, like down below. And it's cheap. And you buy them on Amazon. You buy a whole kit, you know, they've got it for that. Man, good grief, Gypsy. I have neglected cleaning you. You are a mess. Anyway. Yeah, so this is a messy part, and you're gonna have to do a lot of cleaning on this one if you don't have that tool, which I do not. So I'm about to just throw a rag under there and catch everything that I can, and then as soon as I have it off, I will just have to do some major cleanup. Okay, update. Could not get a rag up underneath or around that. Even tried it from the other side, couldn't get it. So I just put the oil pan under there, put the rag under there, and I just know that, you know, I'm gonna end up with a mess of oil down through here that I'm just gonna have to clean up. Before I moved that there, I did replace the drain plug that you can't see from this side very well. It's on the front side over here. You do not have to crank that down. Don't force it. You don't have to put a ton of pressure on that. You know, just past finger tight is tight enough. I mean, you don't have to crank on it, and I do not suggest you crank on that. So, little tip from other Harley guys that says, do not crank on that. You can break it. Okay, you will need that type of a filter wrench. So, because those things, even if you put them on there hand tight, they do suck down and they are a bear to get off. So you will need a socket wrench with a filter wrench, and yeah, you'll need it because it's on there. Helpful hint number 297. make sure you have the right size filter wrench. Yeah. Make sure it's the right size before you start cranking on it, or else you're just gonna screw up your filter. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go get a different one, and so I'll be back. I have to go shopping. The service manual says special tool oil filter wrench 9486-3-10 or 94686-00. So yeah, I have no idea. I'm just gonna take my filter with me over to like an O'Reilly's or something and see what fits. So, have y'all ever done this before? Have a part at home, you have the part in hand. Seems like it's the wrong part, so you go to O'Reilly's to get the right part. Get to O'Reilly's and you get the right part, said right part, because it fit the filter at the store. Get home and it's the exact same part that you already have. Yeah. Yeah, that just happened. Does not make me happy. It is what it is, though. Okay, this is ridiculous. This filter wrench fits my new filter. As a matter of fact, fits it so well, I can't even get it off with one hand. I can get it off, but can't even get it off with one hand. This is the one that I had already. It fits on there just as well. Except when you try to pop this one on, and it pops on just fine, and then just spins. I mean, it is popped on there and it just spins. So that means Harley Davidson rounded all those edges when they put it on there and over tightened it. Or that is a completely different size than the stock filter. So now I have to figure this out. Nothing is more frustrating than when an easy job turns very difficult. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. My new filter wrenches fit perfectly. Existing filter that's on it right now, filter wrenches fit, go on, pop on like they should, and then just spins. And I cannot tell. I know how to get this off. I could pop a screwdriver all the way through it and crank it down. I really don't want to do that because I've got other filter wrenches, but I can't get them on there. I don't know. I'm gonna play around with this for a little bit because this is just beyond frustrating. None of these work. That's too fat to go up in there. And yes, I tried going up through, just to kind of show you guys. I tried going up through there, but it does not fit. Even if I screw that down, it still does not go through. Like, it's just too fat. Same with this. Squeeze it all the way down, put it up through here. Sorry, pardon me, excuse me. So see, this one can get up in there, but then it's too fat to go there and there. So that one doesn't work. I hate this so bad. But I think I'm gonna have to use a screwdriver, puncture all the way through. Oh, I hate this. What else to do? If you know what, have any ideas for getting a stuck oil filter on a Harley Davidson off when the oil filter wrench will not work, put it down in the comments for me so that the next time this happens, which it shouldn't happen next time because I'm going to do my own oil changes from now on. But yeah, whoever did the oil change at Harley Davidson the last time, I think got a little overzealous. And I understand. They, you know, you put them on hand tight and they suck down and they get tighter. I get that. But I've never had one that you could not get off like this. So that means he just got a little too aggressive with it. So anyway, I'm going to try something else. I don't know. I really don't want to stick a screwdriver through there because that makes the worst mess. But I may have to. Yeah, like that. All right, finally got it off. Got it mostly cleaned up in there. That's where the new one will go. Gonna put some oil around that. I'm not going to over tighten this one. All right, I suggest using one of these longer funnels and to fill. It's gonna take 4. I know I have 5 there. It's gonna take 4 and a little bit more. So I'm gonna do that real quick and I'll be back. Okay, so ran the engine for a little bit, topped off the oil, made sure I didn't have any leaks anywhere. So once you're all done with that, you do have to reset the service interval mileage. So the way you do that is make sure that everything is off. You're gonna turn this to accessory, 2 clicks. Wait for this screen. Do not touch anything yet, but we will touch this now and wait for about 10 to 15 seconds. That brings you to your service menu. Then you're gonna go down to reset. Press reset, go down, mileage reset. And then say yes. All right. Then you can press home, info, your engine, distance since last service, 0 miles. That's it. Oil change is done. Hey y'all, so it wasn't until I got into editing this video that I realized I did not explain how I use the screwdriver to get that filter off. So basically what I did was on the end of the filter, say this is the end of the oil filter, took a screwdriver on the end of the filter and went down at a steep angle because I didn't want to go in too far because, you know, you've got the little, the threaded end. So you don't want to take a risk of damaging that. So you come in from the end, steep angle, all the way through the bottom. Now that's where all the mess, so you're going to get oil coming out of the top and a ton of oil coming out the bottom. And if you get to the point where you have to use a screwdriver to get your oil filter off, it's going to make a huge mess and you're going to spend a lot of time cleaning up. It took me a good half hour to clean up as much oil as I possibly could off of that thing. So come down from the top through the bottom and then turn it. Once you've started it, and I had to crank it, like you could see in the picture, like it tore the chrome. So spin it. Once I did that, I pull it out, take it off by hand. So that's how I did that. As always, hit that subscribe button for me. And if you like the video, hit the like button. If there were parts that you liked, parts that you didn't like, put it down in the comments. I can't get any better or worse. That's obvious. I can't get any worse than I already am.
I know that. But I can't get any better if I don't get feedback from y'all. So please leave comments, hit the like or dislike button, hit that subscribe, and we'll keep this channel going. Until then, rubber side down. Talk to you later. Bye.